Depending on your point of view, a CMS content management system is either no different than a regular website or is very, very different than a regular website. By point of view, I mean if you are a user navigating or browsing to a website that has a content management system in place supporting it, you see no difference. It is as if you're just going to a regular website. There are links to navigate, menus, graphics, etc. The difference comes into play is in the publishing of content or in the production of the website. What a content management system or CMS does, it hides essentially the HTML programming that is necessary to get content onto a website. The benefits of a CMS is that it lets almost anyone add content to an organization's website, since learning the programming code is not necessary. Understanding the folder, file, subdirectory structure of a website is not needed. How to get the content from your hard drive to the web server is not necessary. Some of the limitations of a CMS would be that there must be much more upfront additional site planning. Another limitation many people think is the lack of design options provided under a website supported by a CMS. And there's also the concern of additional hardware and software costs that would be needed to support the additional database, the additional, possibly the additional computer to support the CMS. Content management systems use cascading style sheets and require the pages to be designed based on templates that are created during the planning process. Also, because all of these web pages are based on existing templates, some people feel that there's lack of design options available under a content management system. And finally, there's the issue of additional cost, both in terms of additional hardware, software, and personnel support. Some commercial content management systems must run on a different hardware platform or hardware box, computer, than your website. Individuals need to know how to maintain this additional software. In addition, these content management systems require database support. Once again, it may be able to run on the organization's website server. It may need additional hardware to support that database. This database needs to be backed up, once again requiring additional, possibly additional hardware, additional resources, human in order for that to happen. There are many factors to consider when looking at content management systems. The decision-making process to finalize a content management system can take weeks, if not months, for some organizations going through the different options and looking at the different features. Some of the factors that need to be considered, obviously, are technical. What hardware platforms does the software run on? What operating systems are required? So those factors drive decisions. There's always support. How well supported will my organization be adopting this particular content management system? What is the installed base of this content management system? And can I rely on others for my support or for some support? And another overriding factor is cost. Some content management systems, some commercial products are thousands, if not tens of thousands of dollars on the one end of the spectrum, down to some of the less expensive or free products that can be downloaded. So those are all factors that need to be considered. One of the things that was unique in my project, I was looking at content management systems or CMSs a little bit differently, because I was looking at a product or technology that could easily allow students to publish content to a website. I was not looking for a product that could be used for a school district website or an individual school's website. I was not looking that large. My goal was to identify a content management system, a CMS, that would easily allow a faculty member to assign permissions to students to publish content to the website during their course or their project, and when the project or class was over, then to easily remove these permissions, and this individual can no longer publish to this site. The solution needed to be low cost and flexible enough also for me to create multiple websites depending on faculty interest and needs. So that was another consideration. The other consideration I needed to look at was the ease of backing up the database and the content created by the students, so that if there was a hardware malfunction, we could get it up and running relatively quickly. And obviously, how quickly I could turn around and get a new website created for a faculty member for an individual course. So those were some of the things that I was thinking about. My initial research led me to look at 3 products in greater detail. 2 of them were more or less blogging solutions or blogging platforms, WordPress and Movable Type from 6 apart. And the third option was a Drupal installation or a Drupal option. So those are the products that I ended up doing more tests with. In looking at the resources that would be required to support these technologies, the final products, the either WordPress, Movable Type, Drupal options that we came up with, I realized that it would be an example of me, myself, and I in supporting these resources, so that I would be the individual supporting the back end of this website, supporting the server, supporting the database, focusing on the backups of the database, of content, etc. I would be the one working with the faculty members to discuss their needs for a website and then creating these multi-sites on this particular installation. I would be the one designing the support materials, maybe even conducting some of the sessions with our students on how to post their materials. Since I am not a programmer nor a network administrator, I needed to be able to easily download, perform all these operations, install, configure, backup, perform all these operations without a great deal of technical support. All 3 of these products, WordPress, Movable Type, Drupal, once again, are well established in the community. They are well supported, both by free resources, by commercial resources, and have a very large and dedicated development community. So I knew the support would be there, whether it was going to be support that I would look for fee as needed, or for additional resources that I needed to find myself. In addition to the downloadable software from these sites, all require a database and web server in order to function. These 3 products are designed primarily to work with the Apache web server and with a MySQL database. Although with my research showed me that with a little bit more work, you can get it to work with other products such as the Microsoft set of products, Internet Information Server, and MSQL. So that is also a possibility. Most likely we will lean towards the Apache and MySQL option, since I think the support is a little bit better there. Finally, I have had to develop a knowledge of how to install these packages, the database, the web server software, before I could move forward with testing and implementing these technologies that I researched. Right now, currently our students complete their assignments, such as a digital video on a local historical site, a local cultural site, and then present it in their classroom. Their colleagues get to see it, their instructor sees it, everyone claps, and then their project stops. What we're trying to do is we're looking to expand that option and have these materials posted by the individual student or student group to a website so that anyone on the internet can view and use these resources. We're looking at our students to build content of our local community.